Brendan, what makes Ireland so attractive for wind energy investments?
Hi, Gavin. Yeah, so Ireland has a maritime area that's about 10 times the size of our land area. So our exclusive economic zone is actually about 7 times our landmass. So what does all that mean? It means that our maritime area available to us for offshore renewable energy is considerable. So when you pair this with one of the strongest, if not the strongest, most frequent wind speeds in Europe, Ireland is one of the only countries in Europe capable of producing vast amounts of offshore renewable energy that basically far exceeds our own domestic demand. So from that perspective, we'll need everything from interconnectors to help distribute this excess energy, but it also continues to make us really attractive for large scale long-term investment. So what people may not know, Kevin, is that Ireland's already a global leader in wind energy and especially on onshore wind energy. So we have a renewable success story, having come from about a 10% energy mix of renewables about 10 years ago to a supply of about 37% wind energy to energy demand today. So this is actually one of the highest in Europe with a growing pipeline. So when the wind is blowing and the sun is shining in Ireland, we're now regularly seeing up to 75% of national energy demand coming from renewable energy in Ireland. And this is pretty remarkable from a small standing point 10 years ago, and we want to continue driving this success into the future. So we've had a first successful offshore auction last year with 6 projects approved, and they're making their way towards planning. And I suppose, look, the Irish government, via ourselves in IDA Ireland, we're making wind energy a top priority for us as the agencies, the Inward Investment Agency, and our sister agency, Enterprise Ireland, are currently working on, with industry to create basically an enormous opportunity for Ireland.
Now, I know there's been a lot of work done around the regulatory framework. So, in terms of what has Ireland done around the regulations and whatever to help fuel that growth?
Yeah, so last year the government launched, I suppose, the first strategy of its kind called Powering Prosperity, and that came from various different stakeholder consultations right across the different spectrums in Ireland. Um, this, I suppose, it aims to build a successful and vibrant offshore wind energy industry in Ireland, and we've really ambitious targets. So we're looking to get up to about 20 gigawatt by 2040 and up to 37 gigawatts by 2050. So to do that, we have to put a robust supply chain in place, but also we have to have a plan. So last year, we also published what's called a DMAP plan, so a Designated Maritime Area Plan for the Southeast, which identifies 4 proposed areas off the southeast coast of Ireland. So if anyone knows Ireland, that's off the kind of coast of Wexford, Waterford, right down to Cork, will be the kind of area for that. So we're rapidly getting up to speed with the regulatory piece to build the foundations that we need to get to this 20 gigawatt by 2040 and 37 by 2050. It's a huge amount of effort, time, and resources have been put into this over the last year, and that's going to start paying dividends now.
Now, you mentioned obviously IDA Ireland does a lot around R&D. You have
Yeah.
Enterprise Ireland with a lot of the infrastructure. So, any new technologies or infrastructure updates that you'd call out that are helping boost the whole wind energy potential?
Yeah, I suppose, look, to get to this potential of the 37 gigawatts by 2050, we have to invest in our infrastructure. So last October, the Port of Cork, for example, announced a €100 million plan to fund a major expansion of the port to cater for offshore wind. Rosslare Port in Wexford is already undergoing a major transformation, which has been boosted obviously by Brexit, and that's they aim to leverage the offshore renewable energy industry as well. And the Port of Waterford is undergoing an upgrade. So huge amount of infrastructure upgrades in Ireland, which is going to be vital to cater for this offshore energy um, need that we're going to have in the coming years. So that's, I suppose, the first building blocks that are necessary, and there's a huge amount of impetus and focus being put on that, which is great to see, obviously.
Now, if a company is out there, and how can IDA Ireland support companies, getting into the wind opportunities in Ireland?
Yeah, look, our IDA is we're really embracing the rapid growth in wind energy investments, I suppose, around the world. And in the last 2 years alone, we've supported over a dozen companies invested in Ireland with the creation of over 600 high-end research and development jobs. And some of these companies include Statkraft, Ørsted, RWE, and Siemens Energy, who've all been expanding their operations in Ireland. EDF Renewables, then they're also active in Ireland on the Codling Wind Farm off the coast of Wicklow with their joint venture with Fred Olsen Seawind. But we're seeing the growth of knowledge and innovation in the wind sector, and we've supported companies, to upgrade their knowledge and skill sets. So, for example, high temperature superconductors to new ground anchors for floating offshore wind, motion compensation devices for installation activities, for example. So there's lots of work and innovation going on right across the sector. Added to that, then we've got a very vibrant advanced manufacturing sector in Ireland, which will be key to obviously showcasing how we can do things differently in the future to make sure offshore energy is really harnessed in Ireland. And, we're building those skill sets and helping companies to build those skill sets in Ireland and upskill their workforce. So there's a lot of grant assistance that we can tailor to each company depending on what they're looking to do. And especially around the global manufacturing supply chain piece, where we're looking to help companies really showcase Ireland from that perspective as well. So huge amount of supports that we can do. We partner with companies for the long term. As you may be aware, Ireland has over 1,800 foreign multinationals in Ireland at this point that we partner with. And many of those have been there for 30, 40 years. So we're in it for the long term, and we hope to build up this industry quite rapidly over the next couple of years.
Now, I know yourself and the team are extremely busy, a lot of stuff going on. Anything upcoming on the horizon we should keep an eye out for?
Yeah, so the team in IDA and I suppose in the various different departments, government departments, we will be have an active presence at the Wind Europe event in Copenhagen, which is coming up in the first week in April. So we'll have quite a large stand and a large presence at that. We were very present in Bilbao back in April in 2024, and we're looking forward to meeting various different stakeholders from right across Europe and around the world at this conference in Copenhagen. So that's the first thing, and I suppose the next thing we're eagerly anticipating from the Maritime Regulatory Authority is the next auction, wind energy auction for offshore, which is due hopefully in Q1. I'm not sure exactly the date, but we're hoping that will be announced before Copenhagen, and it will be a talking point for Copenhagen. So we're looking forward to seeing folks from right across the wind energy sector in Copenhagen, and yeah, we're looking forward to engaging with them.